Why not? Tracking data is like leaving your cash withdrawal in the ATM for others to take. One of the best ways to market your business is by using content marketing. Whether that be on your blog, through social media, or even uploading a video on YouTube. It is all content. And the more channels you use, the more chances you have of getting your marketing messages noticed, and then acted upon. Whether that be increased brand awareness, more subscribers, or more sales. However, for your content to be effective, you need to do more than just publish something, and sit back and hope for the best. You need to keep track of which piece of content is producing the best results, and which piece is not performing as well as it should. An interesting statistic: only 43% of B2B companies measure the return their content marketing has on their investment. So why don't the other 57% of companies bother? When asked, the answers given are generally because they either think it will take up too much time and effort, or they have no idea what they need to do to set about tracking their results. I will list the main key areas that will help you to turn your content into a proper marketing plan that will reap far better results than if you left it to its own devices. First, you need to establish your goal. In other words, what do you want to achieve? Do you want to build your brand awareness? Or is it because you want more subscribers, or make sales, or increase existing sales to higher priced items? Next, you need to measure if your goals are being achieved. For example, if you are trying to increase the number of people who subscribe to your newsletter, you need to put in place a system that can keep count of the number of new subscribers who sign up after reading a piece of your content. Let's take another example on how to keep track of how your brand awareness marketing is increasing. You could keep track of the number of subscribers that share your content, or bookmark your site in their browser. A crucial point in measuring any factor that you want to track is to ask yourself, how important is this point to you? If it isn't, why are you bothering to track it? Having established the relevance of tracking, the next most important point is, do you have any control of the data? Let's look at the easiest methods of keeping track of your statistics. Your website traffic. Many people use Google Analytics, but there are many other alternatives, which may offer you a better solution. Using analytics software will give you an advantage, such as being able to see how much web traffic your site is receiving, how many views each page gets, the average amount of time a user spends on each page, plus plenty more metrics that you can use to tell if your content is performing as well as you had hoped for. Generating leads. Let's face it, the only real reason why companies post so much content is to engage with their audience, to make them interested enough to become real paying customers. In other words, to generate leads and to retain current customers, and get them interested in making further purchases. A basic metric everyone uses or should use is to measure the number of leads generated for each piece of content. Let's look at these simple methods, which you can use to measure leads generated from content to keep track of. 1. The number of people signing up through your opt-in pages. 2. The number of downloads made of your content. 3. The number of purchases made. Which brings us to the next point. How to measure your sales volume. Without sales you have no business, so this is vitally important. You can use Google Analytics, or do a search for analytics software for alternatives, if you feel Google does not work for you. You can use this software to find out which of your website pages are performing the best. You are looking to find the page value to check the revenue each page is generating. Next, make sure you are checking the number of transactions in each period, which can be daily, weekly, monthly, etc., and then compare this data with the number of visitors to get your conversion rate. And finally, you can check how long it takes a visitor from signing up to making a purchase. By keeping an eye on all these metrics, you can fine-tune your content and your offers to improve your overall sales. Measure your click-through rate, CTR. When you start your marketing campaign, and you then send traffic to your content, you are expecting and hoping that people will respond positively and take whatever action you have set for them, be that sharing your information, or subscribing or buying, or all three. The easiest way of measuring your CTR is to take the number of visitors who saw your advert, then compare that figure to the number of people who actually clicked on your links. Therefore, if 1,000 people saw your advert, and 50 people clicked on your link, your CTR would be 5%. The better your CTR, the better your adverts and content are performing. Social media. Whether you like it or not, social media has become an integral part of marketing campaigns. In fact, there are not many companies nowadays that do not use social media to help them in their marketing efforts. One of the best ways in which social media can help a company is when people decide to share some content they like. In effect, giving that company some free exposure, increasing their brand awareness, and even possibly more sales. Therefore, it is a really good idea if a company can measure the effect of this social sharing, so they can see what type of content is resonating with their audience. The best measures are tracking, likes, and comments. You can also check how many views a video has had on YouTube, as well as seeing how many followers are on your channels. It is easy to track your progress on social media. The majority of social media platforms have an analytic program to assist you. There are other independent programs and software that can help you further with your analytics. One worth mentioning is BuzzSumo, but do check online, as there are other alternatives that might suit you better. In summary, there are other metrics that also help you measure your content marketing strategies. Check out the other blog posts on SEO and keyword research for more information in these areas. Just be aware that even if you are happy with your current results, if you are not checking your analytics, you are most certainly missing out on a large amount of revenue that is being lost, simply because a small adjustment in the way you present your content was missed. Check out corevolta.com to discover more ways of using your existing content to get better results.